Hey guys, it's Rickey Chavez with the Rickey Chavez Team again. And as we've been working with our business, we meet a lot of amazing people. And what we started to do is we started putting to get some videos like we're doing right now to tell stories. And today we have Derek Senesing on, and he's just recently did bought a home. And I'll let him tell you a little bit about it, but I want to talk to him about his experience and share what he wants because people out there, you guys don't know what you don't know, and if we can help you learn some things, it'd be great. Derek, how's it going today, bud?
Awesome, man. I appreciate the time and look forward to having a conversation with you.
Well, thanks. Listen, I know what you did, and I know you kind of failed way go against it, but why did you buy this investment place, man? What did you do? What was that thought process?
Yeah, that's a great question, Ricky. We were not originally in the market. I had a conversation with my pastor, and there was just a need for a place for missionaries to stay temporarily. And so I wanted to find a good investment property that would allow us to do that, with also allowing the flexibility to not have somebody in there permanently, because we wanted to give a lot of flexibility to the church and to the pastor in having people come and leave. And so the biggest part of this was making sure that we could find something at the right price point, but also something in the correct area and the right size. So it was quite a difficult task to have that purchase meet all of those requirements. But I was really glad I was able to connect with you on that and get that accomplished in a very short time.
So tell a little, you know what you want. I'd like for you to tell a little about the experience with me and my team on buying the home.
Yeah. So um, I was able to work with both you and Brittany in driving the time frame, and that was the most important piece. We had a very short time frame with a missionary who had previously been in Papua New Guinea coming to Houston, and so there was some urgency there. And the thing that I appreciated the most was the quick responses, and we were able to look at different houses and look at different options from a price point as well as location within the zip code that we were looking at. But the timeliness of communication was absolutely essential to this. Also, the follow up in making sure that once the purchase was initiated, that all of the documents got signed and all the loan approvals went through. And so I would probably list communication as the top benefit of really walking through this process with your team.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate that. And we went through finding the house, then we went through the inspection process. How did you feel about the inspection process?
Yeah, that's really where a great realtor comes into play, because you understood, and Brittany, you guys understood the situation that we were in, and really what the circumstances were that dictated some of the decisions that we were making. And so as we walked through that inspection process, honesty and direct answers were what we received and what was most appreciated, because while the house was a fairly new build, we wanted to make sure that we were taking care of the individuals that would be inside of that property and living in that property. And so the inspection was the first step in making sure that it was meeting the standards that we had set for ourselves.
How did you feel the negotiation went?
Yeah, the negotiation was great. We were able to find a property that wasn't being currently resided in by a tenant or an owner. And so the advice that I received on the negotiation was absolutely essential, because we always say you don't know what you don't know.
Right,
And
right.
with the time frame that we were up against, it was important that we were wise stewards of the money that was being used to make this purchase, but we also didn't want to be put in a situation where we had to drag this out longer than necessary. And so Brittany and the team were really able to get us a good understanding of what a fair market value was of that house. And our purchase price was slightly below the fair market value, just because of some of the other things that occurred there. But the fact that we were able to get a true fair market value of that house and negotiate that through, that's important, because this is a situation that has to work financially for a long period of time.
Okay. So you felt like it went pretty well then, I guess, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, it was very, again, I go back to the timeliness of it. There was not a lot of waiting around. The communication was very quick, and then the responses to the other party were very quick, and we were able to make a deal that both of us were extremely happy about.
Well, good. So let me ask you this. If you were to give some suggestion or advice to either a new home buyer or somebody out there, just based on this experience, because it's so fresh in your mind, what would you share?
Yeah, I think you really have to get with, kind of like I did with you, Ricky, with you and get with you and the team and share the, um, the genuineness of what it is that you're looking for and being very straightforward, understanding your own financial situation, and then really prioritizing what is a must have and then what is something that we would really like to have, and bringing all of those preferences together to get a good deal in place because you want to be efficient with the time. You want to be good stewards of the money. And so, as somebody is going through that process, I would tell them to one, be very self-aware of what it is that you're looking for, and then being self-aware of what the market is, right? You can't find a $200,000 house in $1 million neighborhood. It's just not going to happen. So having realistic expectations, which are derived from good communication between the buyer and the realtor's team, is absolutely essential. And then the last question has to be to the realtor, what should I know that I'm not asking you about right now? And
Sure.
give them the opportunity to educate you and teach you, which is, again, Ricky, something that I really appreciated because I am not in the real estate business, and this was my first investment property. And I really appreciated just the straightforward nature of if I was missing something, it was brought to my attention. And that's absolutely important. That's why we would hire a professional because we don't know everything that's going on. And we need a professional there advocating for us. And that's exactly what happened in this purchase.
Well, I appreciate that. No, and that's 100% true. And I think part of this is number one, to definitely talk about the team, but I mean, the main thing is we want to educate everybody about the value of the relationship between the buyer and the actual realtor and the realtor's team. Hey, Derek, I really appreciate you taking the time. You want to say something?
I was going to say, this is we live in a world where there is not an absence of information. We're in a world of information overload. And it is essential to have somebody on your side that is working through that information. Maybe it's a little bit of misinformation, maybe it's a little bit of lack of information, or maybe it's just information overload. But it's kind of a different world now, and that's where the realtor really comes in and brings value to help filter through the information. What applies to you the most? What's most important to you? What doesn't apply? What do we not have to worry about? And really setting it so that there's clarity walking into every single one of those discussions as you're looking at the house and then walking through the purchase process.
Well, I think we talked a little bit before the show or before this video about that everybody now feels like they have a degree in Google, right?
Yeah,
That's right.
exactly.
Well,
Yeah.
hey, listen again, Derek. I appreciate you taking the time out of your
Mhm.
busy schedule to meet with us, and we're here for you.
I appreciate it, Ricky. Your team was awesome, and we have really enjoyed the purchase. And there are missionaries in there now, and they are being
Oh,
extremely
nice.
blessed by the help that you and your team provided. And so we really appreciate it as Cornerstone Bible Church.
All right, appreciate you, man.
Awesome.